Opening Day Brain Sharers. It's another Saturday braced with inspired learning from brilliant, kind, and committed partners and speakers. Hero Brain Share is a community built to face life with COVID, full of resilience, grit, and continence. At Brain Share, we recognize the greater pandemic is not the COVID as it is, but it is using the same old logic to solve our problems. We are fortunate to have each other at this time addressing common problems, asking questions that have never been asked before, because we know that our survival is in each other. And this is the great news we brain sharers celebrate. We hold webinars every Saturday, and we appreciate if you can decide to dedicate 2.5 hours of your time to learn with us. Today is about leadership. Say the word with me, leadership. What kind of leadership must we develop to lead lives to the next normal? Do we need to learn new leadership styles so we can lead our teams better? Or do we need a total makeover as leaders to be very effective? I would like to believe that the leadership we all need now is a leadership full of malasakit. That means full of paraya.
Tahimik ang mundo, ngunit kakaiba ang katahimikang ito. Nakabibingi, nakapanlulumo, mapanganib, peligroso. At sa gitna ng katahimikan ay may isang panawagan, paanyayang lumaya mula sa tinamasang kalayaan. Takot ang duwag sa katahimikan, dahil ang katahimikan ng sukatan ng katapangan at kabayanihan. Takot ang duwag sa kawalang katiyakan, dahil sa pangamba, sa pagdududa, isinisilang ang paninintigan at pananagutan. At sa gitna ng malaking banta ng nakaumang sa mundo, tinatanong tayo nito, nasaan tayo sa gitna ng lahat ng ito? Tahimik na tumutulong, tahimik na gumagawa. Tahimik na nagdarasal para sa bayan at sa kapwa. Tahimik na umaasa, tahimik na naniniwala. Tahimik na naglilingkod, tahimik na nagpaparaya. Sa bisa ng ating mga hinubog na kahusayan, tayo ay nakalikha ng mabisang kasangkapan panlaban sa kalabang, di batid ng lupusan naglunsad ng gawaing paraya ang pangalan. 1, 2, 3 at patuloy pa rin tayo sa paghahatid ng serbisyong walang kakabit na titulo. Ang kalakip lamang ay ang aral na paalala sa inyo, kahusayan sa kabutihan, buhay na Panginoon ang sentro. Tahimik ang paligid, tahimik ang daigdig. Ang tahimik na pagtulong ay bigyan natin ng tinig, hindi para magmalaki o tumangging magpadaig, kundi dahil ngayon na kabutihan naman ang malaig. Takot ang duwag sa katahimikan, dahil ang katahimikan ang sukatan ng katapangan at kabayanihan. Takot ang duwag sa kawalang katiyakan, dahil sa pangamba, sa pagdududa isinisilang ang paninintigan at pananagutan. Huwag kang matakot. Ang mata mo ay ganap mong imulat. Gumawa ka ng mabuti kahit walang magpasalamat. Ito na ang panahon para lumundag ka at lumipad sa bagwis ng pagtulong na walang sukling hinahangad. At ito ang ating daya dahil sa Diyos at para sa bansa ang laging magparaya para sa kapwa.
The person behind Paraya and the 19 initiatives we saw is no other than Mr. Michael Yanga, the president of Dr. Yanga Colleges Incorporated. This school is awarded as the most transformative school in the Philippines and had been a recipient of almost 100 national and international awards in robotics. Dear brain sharers, let us welcome Mr. Michael Yanga.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Dr. Bryce, first of all, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity. And this is really an honor to share my simple and humble experiences as a leader during this time of crisis. So I'll be talking now about servant leadership to everyone. Good afternoon. I'll be talking about servant leadership in times of crisis. You know, dear participants and esteemed audience, one of the hardest and most difficult words to practice in the world of business, corporations, in industries, and even in life itself, you know what that word is? Servanthood. Servanthood. Because the world sadly has impelled us to always accumulate power, accumulate authority that has tended to influence or shape us to be greedy at times without us knowing it. So today, I'd like to share with you in this very short talk that how we can use a very classic and a very old style of leadership in these times of crisis and pandemic. So the title of my sharing today is Servant Leadership in Times of Crisis. Today, I will be sharing with you two very important experiences that I had, wherein I realized how I manifested, modesty aside, the power of servant leadership. But first of all, let's define first, what is servant leadership? This is a personal definition of servant leadership. So servant leadership is a leadership style which is fueled by the genuine desire of the person to address, to fulfill the concerns of others first before one's own. We want to be selfless. We want to consider first the interests of others before the interest of the self. That's why at Dr. Yanga's Colleges Incorporated, our school in Bukawi, Bulacan, the community engagement program is called Paraya. That is giving up yourself in favor of the other. Paraya. It's also a coined word to represent the three sectors that we hope to help. Paaralan or pamayanan, paaralan at parokya. Community, school, and the church. The first experience that I had when I realized that I have to really be a servant is when I was, actually I would like to use the word forced by my family to lead the school in 2001 when I was assigned as principal director of the high school department. During that time, Dr.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I was sharing a while back, our woman on mission for today is my soulmate and the very reason why I am here today. She has held various positions, and one of the latest is a TV show that she hosts. And she also is a writer. She's writing for a wonderful magazine in the States. I'm not gonna preempt her talk, but I would like to invite her as we all welcome Mrs. Christina Llanes Mabalot.
Hi, hello soulmates, hello
Hi.
teammates. How are you?
Yes.
How are you all?
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Miss Tina, before we actually let you share your Heartsight talk and you know why you are the woman on mission this week, I'd like our audience, our brain sharers, to kind of eavesdrop a little bit on a little ask me kind of game. All right, so
Okay,
this
I
is how
hope
it
it's not
goes.
embarrassing, huh?
Come again.
I hope it's not embarrassing.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. All right. So you asked me and I asked you. All right. So you first, and then followed by me, and then you again, and I'll conclude. Just kind of
Sure.
ask me game kind of thing. All right.
Okay.
I hope that the question is not rocket science
Oh
kind
my
of.
God.
All
No,
right.
it's not.
All right. Let's do this. Let's do this.
All right. So I want to know if you were to redo one part of your life, like any part of your life, if you're given a chance to redo, what would you choose to redo
What would I choose to redo? Huh?
or relive? What part of your life?
Maybe falling in love earlier and getting
Oh,
so I wouldn't end up as spinster.
I don't ever see you as a thinker.
Maybe, I'm not sure. All right. My question, I asked you, what is the greatest lesson among the many lessons you've learned in your life so far? I know you're 18 years old, so there's a lot.
Oh my God. What is the greatest lesson I have
Lesson,
learned?
yeah, that you can share, yes.
Well, the greatest lesson I have learned really is to stay humble, humility, right? You know, I mean, I don't know if our um, participants or panelists also know that I'm totally blind and I need to be humble. And in my youth, I think you know this. I was I was so proud, you know, because I always felt like I always did more than the regular people without disability.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hard lesson, but I've learned it. You know, if you met me like 30 years ago, I wouldn't be like this.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. You ask me now.
Sure. I want to find
So,
out,
all right.
soulmate. I think I know the answer, but let me see if I know you well.
All right.
Who is your greatest role model?
Not to flatter you, but it's you.
God.
It's you. It's you.
I
When I was
have,
starting, yeah, when I was starting the business, and we met in a parlor, ladies and gentlemen.
yes,
Our
yes,
favorite sin is vanity.
yes. We
Our meet,
always joke about that. Our favorite sin, my
our
favorite sin, her favorite sin is vanity.
at that time. I was fixing myself in the same parlor where we go to. That's a parlor in a condominium right in
Yes,
Baguio.
yes.
And she started talking, and I started, trying to listen to her. And then she shared that business, the medical transcription. And she said, you know what? Believe me, I'm blind, so I see more than you. So she shared this business, and I got into this business, the medical transcription. And then that's it. And then
That's how
I
it
saw your
started.
grace in under pressure. I saw your life and how you've mothered, how you became, of course, except the part where you became a wife, or you are a wife, things like that. But it's you, Bucket, it's you, it's you.
Oh, thank you. That's so flattering. I hope I do justice to that.
Yes, of course, of course. Okay, my final question is, what is your biggest legacy, or what would be the legacy of Tina Mabalot, yeah, of Tina Llanes Mabalot?
My greatest legacy, oh my God, it's with my mind. I was going, oh, because my purpose in life is to raise up leaders. Okay.
Mhm.
It was before I stated my statement of purpose, okay, that's redundant. My statement of purpose is to raise up, well, Gideons. I don't know if people are familiar with Gideons. Gideons is a leader in the Bible, but he's a fighter. He's the weakest in the whole tribe of Israel, but then he ended up to be a great leader. But now it's to raise the leaders for these uncharted times, you know, the post-pandemic new normal. Hello?
Yes, wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful. Yes, I'm here, Tina. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without more ask me kind of thing, I present to you the wonderful, amiable, and the very inspiring Heartsight leader, Mrs. Christina Llanes Mabalot. Take it away, Bakat. Take it away.
All right, thank you. So the simplest definition I will give you for vision is the vision is a picture of reality today. Vision is a picture of tomorrow today, because we are in unprecedented, uncharted times, and we need to recreate a vision. So leadership means transforming your vision to reality. Okay, it's how you reshape your vision and then make it real. You know that not just a vision, not just words, but make it a reality. All right, and a slide 2. All right, so why do we need to reshape the future? We need to reshape the future because of the fourth industrial revolution. You know, Bryce, just a few years ago, or Dr. Bryce, we said, or we thought that we are yet in the cusp of the fourth industrial revolution. Not so, because the pandemic forced us into the fourth industrial revolution. We're here. We're not just at the cusp. We are in the fourth industrial revolution. Right. And for those who don't know, I'm sure a lot know what the fourth industrial revolution entails is, artificial intelligence, genome editing, analytics, virtual, augmented, the XR, extended reality, experiential reality, robotics, as our Dr. Yanga had been talking about and been as his expertise, digital currency, autonomous cars, smart factors, and so on and so forth. All right, which is really, well, most of it is new to us. All right, but this is not happenstance. What I want to say is we are not victims. We are rather, we have the opportunity and even so the responsibility to give the fourth generation structure. We have the responsibility to give it purpose, right? We have the opportunity to reshape the future. Okay. So leadership is really having a clear vision, not just a sense of where we're going, but I don't know if a lot of you will agree, but this is my opinion. In the academics, leadership is just theoretical. You know what I'm saying? We study it. We study the anatomy of leadership, but wisdom applied, not all of us. So we really need rhetoric to retaliate. We need to identify the needed changes. We need to recreate the vision to guide our team. It's our team. It's a team wherever you are. It should be a team. And execute the changes. And of course, we need to tandem with committed members of the team, right? All right, so next slide. What does reshaping the vision, reshaping the future entails? We need to rethink education, right? Because we are going to, what do we say, that just bulldoze the existing structure, and organizations don't change just by changing the structure. They are changed by changing the thinking. Dear friends, the biggest thing.
All right. So the most exciting part of this is inviting Mr. Prodigy, Mr. Richard Prodigalidad, to process again the third week for this particular segment. Take it away, partner.
Mute. So hi, I'm back. Can you see my screen now? Still?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So that was very enlightening for me actually, because I feel like they are starting to be transformed. But before doing that, before going through the whole, the end of it, so we are now on the phase 2, the core team. So in this phase, this is a second phase. In this phase, I put my video. In this phase of our digital transformation program, we will cover the core development phase. So what does that mean? When you're done with your lesson, the team will be able to discuss the goals of these phases. And you will also be able to actually see the qualification of those transformation leaders. Now you will know, ano ba yung characteristic ng mga leaders na dapat yung tinitingnan? And what's required to make sure that this team succeeds. Okay, so this is exciting for me. This is what you will be learning on this phase 2. So, the goals of this phase are to establish and empower a leadership team to drive your digital strategy and transformation. That means people who have a passion for this work, who have experience in leadership, and who have a deep affinity and understanding of the technology that's driving the change in this market. So before we dive in, I want to share you some wisdom from Tom Peters. And it says, leaders don't create followers. They create more leaders. Your digital leadership team has 2 purposes. You need to, 1, lead your company in defining and executing a successful digital strategy and transformation program. And the other, even more important goal is to build a strong middle and frontline layer of digital leaders that will help your company, the organization, to be successful in the future. Remember, I'm saying the middle and the front layer of the digital leaders. Without that storm in the middle, you won't have the bench strength that takes it to sustain the leadership. So this is the phase as forming an internal entrepreneurial team, or the team that will actually help you build a next generation university. You want to identify the best team leaders you possibly can. So what are the characteristics? Number 1, team leaders who are curious, who are recognized and respected for the impact they have on your company or your school. Siya yung medyo kilala. Now, second is the people who are committed to building and contributing to a highly team-oriented effort, who are committed to actions and know how to get things done in your school. People who think strategically and who are willing to experiment and take informed risk are consummate network insider and outside of your company. Then the fourth, people who are passionate about technology and creating value from it for you and your teachers, your parents, and the institution, the school. And then, this is important, people who bring a spirit of productive joy and fun to the team, especially when things get stressful, masayahin, who can communicate clearly and concisely in a way that empowers others, that can be flexible when things change or alternatives are recommended that are better than. People who are decisive. Not everyone can lead transformation. Please don't snap your team with the prima donnas or put people on the team just because they are an executive, but bring little to it. In terms of insight, knowledge, your passion, you need people that...
But I know there's another person so excited, and that's Sister Merceditas Ang. Thank you again, Sister. I know that this will enable the digital transformation team from... You're hearing the rain. You're hearing the rain, ladies and gentlemen. I know that the digital transformation team will be as excited. Okay, I'm gonna call our next... Right, okay. Our next segment host, and this is from Mr. Nikhil Chopra, all the way from India. Take it away, partner.
Thank you, Bryce. Just let me share my screen. Good afternoon, everyone. It's the 3rd edition of EdTech, and I'm, I'm very happy to share with you and excited to share about a new technology that we will be talking about today. And this technology is not only about education, it's more about the requirement of today's because of the pandemic. We all know there is a lot of, there's a requirement for the nurses and medical doctors in the next 2 years. And what we have, we have worked internally in the last 3 weeks is how to ensure that we have a continuity of education for our nurses and education and doctors that will be required by all the that will be required by all the medical hospitals and clinics because of the pandemic that we are dealing with right now. So as part of it, I will share my screen. To share more about the solution and the platform that we are having for the medical schools and universities. Before taking you through the platform, I would like to have a quick poll that will ask my team to run to find out how many universities and schools today in this webinar that are having the medical and the nursing courses within their universities and colleges. Can you just run the poll? So I will request everyone to share a bit of information about your college and university. Are you offering any kind of medical and nursing courses? Because that will help us to know, give you more relevance about this particular topic and the edutech that we will be, sharing with you today. In the meantime, I will share with you as you will go to the poll. In the meantime, I will share with you a need whereby we believe that this kind of technology will be a requirement, because last 3 weeks we are hearing a lot of news here in India and even Philippines, from across the globe. There is a greater need of the doctors, and many of the education institutions are now fearing how they will be able to continue their education for the nursing students and for the medical doctors. And because of that reason, we have put in a team that will try to find out a right education platform that may fit the need of the education institutions. Then can you just close the poll now and show the data? Okay, thank you so much. This will give a relevance to you. So we see there are many institutions, about 24% that are having medical or nursing courses as part of it. So what we have done is we believe, as part of OneSchoolPH, we believe in continuity of education and empower nursing and medical students through alternative learning system, whereby the student will be able to learn anytime, anywhere. And as part of that particular,